Hey, welcome back to more Standard on Arena with me, Autumn, aka Rainy the Witch. We are playing more Tarkir decks. Tarkir, of course, hit the format. Standard is shaken up by it. And one of the most exciting new cards is this Cori-Steel Cutter. Very sick card. Every time you cast your second spell each turn, you get a Monk Prowess token. Just very hard to remove permanent, that pumps out tokens and gives you a lot of burst damage, but also a lot of late game. Really, really love this card. Playing in Izzet Prowess deck today, where we have a bunch of cantrips, a bunch of early threats in Swiftspear and Show-Off. Of course, our cutter is going to pump out some tokens, and all of this is going to have the Prowess triggered by stock up, by our removal spells like Burst Lightning, by our Monstrous Rages, making our creatures very large, very in charge. Excited to give this a spin and see if we can cut some opponents up with this Cori-Steel Blade. I seem I have to keep this. It's not... like, we only have the one threat, which is my concern here. But it counts to 20, like, reasonably well, if the threat lives. Hey, Rin, welcome, welcome. Burn him out, that's the plan. At least if my creature doesn't die. Would anyone really have a removal spell in Standard? That would be impossible, right? Interesting. Gonna go for a Boltwave. Get that Prowess trigger. Go for another Boltwave. Really sad if we get Flood Pits Drowned here, of course. Apparently that's not going to happen to us. Apparently this game is just easy. Okay, they did find their black mana. You wouldn't kill a 1-drop? Exactly. Who would ever do that to us? Well, we're going to have to trade for this Preacher, even if it's a little sad for us. They do block. We're just going to fire off this Rage. We trample for 1. I could convert this Burst Lightning into a deal 3, but it's going to only be a deal 4 later anyway, and we really want to save it to trigger our Cori-Steel Cutters, so... don't seem particularly convinced of the title today. Just trying things out. Some people have been really hyping up for this as a deck. I wanted to give it a spin. We are going to kill this bat. Also, hey Arco, hey Cammy. Alright, my opponent has 2 free cards left in hand, because we have cast Lava Spikes, and they have cast actual magic cards. Cool. Let me see. I feel pretty obligated to kill this bat, considering it's going to start gaining them life. Oh, it should have had another exclamation mark. It should have. Yeah. Hard-earned exclamation mark, too. That is actually a pretty good card. Let me find another stock up. Do I just take stock up Show-Off and suspend my Show-Off? Oh, this Kaito is going to start drawing them so many cards is the problem. It's going to be very hard to beat this Kaito, but if we're going to do it, it involves stock up. So, let's take these 2 cards. Suspend our Bird. Are we casting the Bird next turn? It's so likely they find a removal spell off this Surveil draw that I could, like, maybe wait on the Show-Off. I don't know. Tricky one, because it does trigger my Cori-Steels later. Hey, Nor. It's going pretty good. How's a Nor doing? Sleight of Hand. Alright, I'm feeling optimistic. Let's cast this Bird, I guess. kind of want to tap both the red. It means we're taking an extra damage this turn, which could conceivably matter quite a bit, but could also end up wanting to play 2 blue things, right? Oh, Malamat, the 77 months. Thank you, Malamat. Heck yeah. Appreciate you. Thank you for that continued support, Malamat. I said just do this plus Stormchasers. And then, like, maybe I attack with the Swiftspear, because if they block with the Sanctuary, that means they're not killing the Show-Off. I'm hoping that's the case, Kate. People have been really hyping up this deck. So I feel like I kind of have to give it a spin. But I will admit, I'm a little bit suspicious about putting Lava Spike in a Magic deck in 2025. Hey, Yak. Like, Lava Spike is just, you know, a pretty horrendous Magic card, right? Yeah, without other burn spells. Yeah, I'm suspicious of it. But I want to give it a spin. Cori-Steel is a crazy card. It's a crazy, crazy card. So maybe it makes it worth. Burst Lightning. I could kill the Soulstone. I could also kill the Kaito. Do we just kill the Kaito and try and keep playing Magic? Exactly, Scooter, exactly. I'm glad you understand. Alright. We still battling. Kind of chilling. Yeah, they could have another threat, but... yeah. That one's pretty good. Fire off the Slight. Cori-Steel's a little bit late right now. I guess I just have to take this Rage, right? And try and get rid of their board and hope we can go somewhere from there. It's obviously not great, but it's the best shot we have. Yeah, now I get to strike a thing, and then our Otter survives. Could be worse, right? They go to 5. We still have this talent as well that we can upgrade. Okay, they get to stun my Otter. But then we get to Burst Lightning the Kaito. Which is what I'm going to do. I think they might have something. Oh, so good. That draws them cards of the Curiosity whilst killing me. We're in a lot of danger now. They have, they're drawing 2 cards a turn. Kind of minimum, right? Because they can also start activating Mastermind if they want. Although that's a little dangerous for them. It does kind of feel like if these Lava Spikes were actual Magic cards, we might be in this game, right? If they'd been like anything with text. I don't know. I guess they'd have been able to play pretty differently then, because then our creatures wouldn't have been as scary. Our Shock's plausibly better. Maybe. I was thinking like Opts, but Opt is a pretty bad Magic card too. So who knows? It's tricky. Hire some claws. do love to hire some claws. Feel like I'm obligated to go for this, considering I'm like almost dead on board. And they get to draw 10 million cards before my next turn. Alright, they get to draw 2 here. They find their removal. They do. No. This puts them to 2, though. I assume I just want to cast it. I assume I kind of have to cast it. Because of Deep Cavern Bat. Kaito kills me. Too bad no Lightning Bolt. Indeed, indeed. Brennan has drawn 7 more cards than us, despite us doing a bunch of stock upping. On that note. Wild game. Yeah, it's been a little crazy. A little crazy out here. My impression of Kieran and Esper, yeah, his stat line is definitely worse than the others. I think it's clearly the worst of the 3 in that deck. I'm not sure how many I want, but it's definitely no more than 2, maybe 1. So I just take Swiftspear, Pierce, because Pierce could get us a Prowess trigger. Yeah, the Flash has some upside, for sure. But it's tricky. Oh no, Floopy answers everything. Alright, GG. Dimir. Well, how do we board against Dimir? We take out these unplayable Magic cards. Yeah, that was very, very close. I agree. Feels like if we ever draw Cori-Steel Cutter against them, the game becomes like a lot easier. Spell Pierce is pretty heinous against that deck. 5 down seems nice. Torch seems nice. I guess that's just the boarding. Oh, I might need Frenzies as well, because they have Preachers. Frenzy is not a terribly exciting card, but it's probably a necessary evil. Take out these strikes. And maybe trim a bust. Yeah, the free toughness on the Fear is so good. Fear of Isolation. There's so many like burst lightnings in the format, right? So many 2/1s, 2/2s. Third toughness is amazing. Makes sideboarding easier. It certainly does. It certainly does. Pyroclasms, yeah, some people board in that against Pixie for some reason. It's certainly good against Pyroclasm. I kind of feel like Kieran is not an Esper card. Like, you know, you can play it in your black-white decks or like probably some other combinations. But I don't think it's like super exciting in Esper. Okay, we have the Steel Cutter, best card in our deck against them. Yeah, you feel that way after testing it too. Yeah. I do have a black-white Pixie list I want to play on stream soon. Maybe today. I really want to play Otters today, but I assume the good card has not been fixed. The Snapcaster. And therefore I cannot play Otters. Which is sad, if so. Sad if true. What's up with it? If you try and do a flashback a thing that has an alternate cost, you're forced to pay the alternate cost. So if you have if you're trying to flashback and analyze, it forces the analyze to collect evidence. Or if you're trying to flashback a torch, it forces the torch to bargain. Oh, additional, sorry, yeah, additional. It's a really annoying bug. It makes the card just dramatically worse. Am I allowed to attack here? I kind of want to stop Kaito. Have my blocker open. Although it's not clear that we don't just then kill Kaito, right? I guess we just kill Kaito then. I'm just attacking. Yeah, it was very annoying yesterday. I think we lost a match because we couldn't analyze from our yard at one point. And I'm pretty sure the Snapcaster is incredible in Otters. So kind of a compulsory include. So I'm just not playing Otters until it's fixed. Oh, we can't double spell because we found a tap land. I am going to take the tap land. I guess I might take the Stormchasers. I kind of want to take a red card, but maybe I take this torch because it can answer a curiosity. I could also try and set up some kill with dive down plus bird. Yeah, maybe I was meant to take the bird. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering that. Taking torch might be a bit too reactive. Hey, Tony. Yeah, Cutter's clearly the best new card, right? Very, very exciting card. Very high opinions on the Cutter. Get to do this, hold open torch for curiosity. Attack my token, if need be. Take stock up Frenzy. Yeah, it's really shot up in price. I mean, the Elspeth's also really expensive. I really like the Elspeth. The Elspeth has seemed quite strong to me. Oh, if they block, I can dive down, but then they get to keep this. I think I'd rather just get rid of this. Maybe they don't block, though. It seems very unlikely. Oh, Mark this hat. Thank you for that Prime sub. I'm glad you're enjoying the content so much. Oh, yeah. Thank you, thank you. I feel like I do not need another land. I'll get rid of that. Yeah, it's been a while since Planeswalkers were, good, right? We've had so many mid Planeswalkers lately. Kaito's amazing. But a lot of the Planeswalkers just aren't, completely hits. So Elspeth's pretty exciting. Cry one better than 2 damage. I mean, I have both of them in my deck right now, so... you know. Oh, it's in... Oh, right. I could not sack my token and then I trample. Yeah, I should have got in for 2. You're right. I'm very silly. Learning to play with the new cards. I could stock up. Maybe I meant to. Then I can't necessarily answer another curiosity, but maybe they block with it. I'm also worried this plays into the quench pretty badly, though they didn't quench any of my previous stock ups. Oh, they're gonna tide bind the Steel Cutter. That's cute. I dig it. Slight attack, I guess. I could also just keep open this dive down and swing, and I'm really happy if I trade. Otherwise, I protect my Swiftspear from a floopy. Not clear I care about... If they go floopy into something, not protecting from floopy is kind of bad, but... I don't know, it's tricky. Okay, we get to swing. They do have the removal, that's fine. We have a second cutter, which plays really nicely here. Sideboard Everdrift Chandra walked so Steel Cutter could run. They have 2 cards to our 5. Pretty delightful. Alright. Play out the cutter. I guess I could just frenzy this, but I think I'd rather just do some cycling. No, I guess I'm going to want to frenzy it at some point, but not quite yet. Okay, play the Swifty. Maybe I need to save Swifty to trigger my cutters later. That might honestly be the case. And then I attack, I frenzy this, so that the other cutter's live in the future. Because they could try and block with Reef, and then things get weird, because I have to frenzy that instead. Hey, they're doing the thing I said. Alright, I guess I am frenzying your land. People have made a Grixis version of my opponent's deck. It's one of the worst looking deck lists I've ever seen in my life. But, you know, maybe it's fine. Certainly, Cori-Steel Cutter probably makes Dimir stronger. In that you get to have a good card in your Dimir deck. Okay. Oh, adding black for Hopeless Nightmare as like a better Lava Spike. I only really like Hopeless Nightmare if you have bounce effects in your deck. Although then the card does get pretty good if you do. Alright. I wish to dive down. I wish to Monstrous Rage. Good luck, have fun. Entity Tracker with Monstrous Rage. Oh my god, that does sound quite cute. Oh my goodness. I actually kind of adore that. We resolved a lot of stock ups that game to cross the finish line. If you're enjoying watching the stream, I stream Standard on Arena most Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So the schedule's definitely about to get a little bit funky because I have a few different responsibilities coming up in rapid succession. I also have a YouTube channel, links on screen and in chat. My VODs are uploaded there by my excellent editor. Lots and lots of content from the past few months. I also have a Patreon, which is currently home of Esper Pixie content. Has a sideboard guide, matchup guide for the deck. Has strategy articles for how to mulligan with the deck, how to sequence with the deck. And whatever deck I end up playing in Standard as my main deck is going to get this content made for it. So even if the Pixie content stops at some point, that just means there'll be content for a new deck. Lots and lots of good stuff up there. Let's say cast the non-hasty one first. It does play into Spell Pierce, but... Also a blue card when we have a mono red land in hand. Interesting. Ooh, the cutter. We found the new best deck already. Hell yeah. Hey Espen. Thank you, Espen, for that tier 1 sub. Thank you, thank you. You'd love to see it. So we're gonna go to combat and then suspend a Show-Off. It means we can get Kaito'd, but I think we can answer Kaito pretty trivially. Considering we have a Show-Off and a Steel Cutter. I guess we don't guaranteed answer Kaito, right? And we end up missing a land drop potentially. Whereas if I go Steel Cutter first, I get to guaranteed answer Kaito. Alright, I'm gonna play Steel Cutter instead. So I can guaranteed answer a Kaito. Whilst still having Steel Cutter going. Good mana base over there. Always a joy to pop in. Great to have you here. Our suspending Show-Off doesn't count for triggering Steel Cutter. That's a little sad. Do I just cast it? Do I just cast all my garbage? And just have it all in play? We be Prowessing. I'm kind of into it. And then we just get so many Prowess triggers in the future. No, the Tidebinder. Okay, we can Burst Lightning that next turn though. So it's fine. So a very developed board. And this cost them their whole turn when we got 2 other creatures in play. Pretty alright for us, honestly. I could block Floopy. Feels like a bad block. Alright. So we have to lead on Burst Lightning on Tidebinder. Yeah, opponent's mana base is not complying with them this game. Oh, thanks for my amazing content. I'm glad you're enjoying it so much. Good to see ya. Make the Steel Cutter token. Dive down is not bad. Okay. Let's go to combat. Attack for 10 million damage. Wow. Opponent waited on the go for the throw and so is going to get murdered. Because we found the dive down. You love to see it. Nice, nice. Alright, I'm very sus on these lava spikes. I'm pretty sure they're terrible, but I'm going to keep them in the deck for now. Because the list I copied had them, and I just want to give them another spin. I kind of want to keep this. Obviously, if it needs to draw blue source, kind of. It has the Steel Cutter, guarantees token. I don't know. This is maybe a bad keep, but here we are. I want to give it a spin. Or maybe the new Firebolt. Yeah. You can kind of see how much I believe in a deck by how willing I am to mulligan with it. It's very funny. If I love a deck, I'm like so happy to mulligan an awkward 7. Without a moment's hesitation. in mono red. I don't know if mono red plays Cori. I think Cori might not be very good in mono red. I don't know. Mono red, like a lot of mono red's long game comes from lands rather than spells, right? Like that's what makes mono red really good. The games go long, and you have all these sanctuaries and rock faces. We're playing into cut down here, but that's fine. Like, they're going to cut down something this turn anyway. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, if you have Questing Druid, Cori gets a bit better. That's true, Gwen. Certainly as built, I would not put the card in mono red, but like conceivably, there are builds of red decks that would want the card. You just need more like card flow in order to make it good. It is kind of nice that it triggers Valiant in the late game on your mice. That's a 6/6. A very large friend. Okay. Oh boy. Very, very large friend. This is going to cost me a life, but I kind of like to keep my options open. Obviously, we were looking for Rage here instead of unplayable Boltwave. But hey, can't have it all. Oh, maybe taking second talent was bad. Maybe I was meant to take land. So I can only cast one talent this turn anyway. But it is a very efficient Prowess enabler. I think I don't attack. I push 5 damage, but I lose a creature. Alright. Really need like an unsummon this game, huh? Wow. This isn't Pixies. I'm allowed to play other decks on stream. I play plenty of Pixie. It's not like I never play Pixie on stream. I just sometimes play other decks too. There are all these new cards to play with. We die to a lot of things here, but you know, be like that. They go to 16. They're going to turn off my pain land this turn. Yeah, they probably don't have anything, especially not this lethal annex. Alright, we have lost a game to Golgari. The impossible has happened. Oh, that -X card's probably pretty good against Pixie, right? That's like, it's probably pretty good against the red decks too. Maybe that card's just like nice. It's quite expensive, but the black dragon. Gwen. It seems kind of sick. Graveyard Trespasser, Meathug Massacre. Yeah, the Trespasser mode seems pretty horrendous to me, which is why I've kind of dismissed the card. But the Meathug Massacre mode is like actually pretty interesting. It's like it's like the -2/-2 cards, except it's like worse early, but scales into the late game way better. Do I want Pierce or Dive Down? Pierce does counter Annex. It just seems so hard to like reliably hold Pierce open is the problem. So I don't think I'm allowed to like have a bunch of pierces in against them. Like it's not like I can like hold it open on turn 2 or 3, right? I have to develop my things. I guess I'll keep this. It needs a little help. Yeah, playing it for the Wrath and the Dragon is just like a backup mode when things go weird. I play Steel Cutter, and then second Steel Cutter gets us 2 tokens next time. Okay, good card. Steel Cutter. Bounce this. Get 2 tokens. And they can replay the Preacher, I suppose. They do, we really need them not to have a sweeper, so that's fun. I could do this and look for a 1-mana spell, and then these are 4/4s and get to attack in. Or we find a Witchstalker and get to even kill the Preacher. I kind of feel like I have to take Reef Talent. 47-second spells. Nicole, thank you for this. Sorry, 74. I can't count. Thank you, Nicole, for the 74 months of support there. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see ya. Alright, get in with my 4/4s. Get in for 8. Hopefully they don't cast the dragon and Plague Wind my board. That would be very sad. Oh, they're trading. That seems great for me. Okay, I'm on board with the trade. Love it. A+, 10 out of 10. I guess this could be Gix's. Gix's is pretty beatable. Numbers are so hard. It's so true. Alright, here's a throwback. Can kill a cutter. And then they die, question mark? Seems pretty likely. Just a little likely, you know? In the range of possibilities. Game free. 0 question marks in the title currently. It's true. It's true. When they were trying to phase Prowess out. Indeed. Indeed. Prowess is so good. God, I want islands in my deck. Why do we have all these mountains in our deck? All I want is some islands. Please. I think I'm coming to the conclusion this Izzet deck is actually kind of interesting, but I hate how this specific list is built. But it is kind of interesting. I cannot deny. What do you hate about this list? I think Lava Spike is an unplayable card in 2025. I also think this mana base is like pretty heinous. There's so many mountains. You want some islands. You want some islands, and you probably just have to play a bunch of the bad cantrips to make the deck work. Like, play some Opts. Like, obviously, Opt is an atrocious magic card, but I think it kind of makes sense here. If they play a creature, we get the goofy triggering our Steel Cutters in the middle of combat line. Oh, or we could draw the third Steel Cutter and get to play Magic on easy mode. That's also pretty good. Please no Maelstrom Pulse off the top. How many lands does that have anyway? It has 21. Yeah. strong. And yet, they might still just die anyway. Seems likely. Sorry, turn 5 kill through annoying cut down harvester kill 5 creatures. Too easy. Game is free. 2-0. How goes the Cori testing? Card is amazing. Completely broken. Like clickbait worthy, one might say. Our deck is built so terribly, and we're still destroying people. This deck is so badly built, and we're winning so many games. Steel Cutter seems like a real card. Yeah, I agree. Or you don't just play it. I think Steel Cutter probably isn't good in mono red, but I could be wrong. I think it's probably not as good there. I think you need to read.